So here's just a little anecdote from my own life. When I was younger, I was very idealistic, and this did a lot of good for me. I would look at the world and go, things are not good enough. They should be better. And then I would work really hard, and I would build a business, or I'd build a thing, or I would push hard to get a relationship or a new car, or whatever the hell it was. So it was me fighting against the universe. So it brings a lot of good, because you get a lot of shit done. But then it also comes at a cost, because you're getting punched in the face, the universe is wearing you down, all your friends hate you, and so it really starts to wear on you. And so the higher your standards are, say you're some goddamn INFP, so your standards are way high, and you even have kind of a strive for perfectionism. If you can't pull that off, if your desire to action ratio is way off, that's going to be a really stressful life, because your inside world is going to be demanding a high standard, but then you live in shit, and so that's going to equal depression, right? And so what I had found when I really kind of hit some hard times in life is finding these Zen guys. So what the hell does Zen mean? I don't know. It can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. The popular Zen guy, I forget his name, Tic Tac 10 or some, God, it's something not even close to that, right? I'll link it on the thing. His videos of kind of like, hey, why don't you start by looking at reality as how it is? Why don't you just start there? You have darkness, you have light, you have all these different things that you identify in your life, that this is really good and this is really bad and this should be. You have all these different categories that you're labeling on things. And if you notice, the guy next to you is looking at the same thing you are, but categorizing it differently. And then you guys are misunderstanding each other and getting in a fight, right? So just really seeing that, like, as you're clumping reality and saying this is good and this is bad and this should be this way and that should be this way and we need to do more of this and we need to do more of that and less of this. You see this a lot in the political realm, right? Everybody's arguing with each other. Yes, you can get a lot done, but you're really fighting the universe in a large extent of getting very stressed out when things don't turn out as good as you would like them to be, when reality doesn't get caught up with your idealistic standards, right? So for me, kind of taking a step back and going, all right, can I start with asking more questions like, what is reality? How do things really work? How do relationships really work? Where can I find books out there that are probably not going to be super mainstream that really talk about how human relationships really work? Not how I want them to work, not how my religion says they work, not how my mommy told me that they work, not how I think they work, but how are they actually working? And then from there, can I get on board with how relationships actually work? And that opens to a whole new world. And guess what? You're not going to be finding things that you agree with. Because why? You're coming to the table with all this idealism and should-be's and perfectionism and influences you've had in your past of how you think a relationship should be, or a business should be, or an economy should be, or your household should be. All this stuff should be certain ways, says your influences and your biases that you've picked up over the years. You don't really realize where the hell it came from, right? So it's kind of doing a factory reset. Letting all that shit go, starting over at zero, you know nothing, categorize nothing, and slowly start learning back, what is reality? What is the right way to have a relationship, to run a business, to deal with anger, to deal with hurt, and kind of re-asking these questions all over again, and kind of getting a head start by watching these Zen guys of going, okay, how are they looking at reality? What kinds of questions are they asking? And kind of getting their thought process going. God damn, I gotta tell you, it helps a lot, because now when you go out to push against the universe and make something happen and fight for your idealism, you're doing it with a little bit more of the lights on. You know where the non-movable mountains are and where the openings are, to where you can kind of gracefully, lovingly nudge the universe a little bit in certain directions and make things a little bit better without driving yourself crazy, burning yourself down, and getting super upset because the world is just never as good as you want it to be.